I've been following Dakota and Felicity for quite some time now, but I never gave my opinion on any of this. But you know me, I love a good train wreck, and these two, let me tell you, they are a train wreck. Now, Dakota and Felicity, they've been on the internet for some time. There was a man named Corkle who took in Dakota. Dakota's a little person. I don't know what other disabilities he has, but he's a little person. He's in his early 20s, and his girlfriend is Felicity. And she's, just a regular person, and she's also in her 20s. Now, Dakota was homeless. Corkle got him a place, bought him phones, his glasses. Every time he broke his glasses, he was constantly bringing phones. He got him an apartment. And because Felicity kept going over there, doing everything she shouldn't do, Dakota lost the apartment. So then they were homeless because Corkle finally, he had enough. And I do not blame him one bit. He had enough. He probably spent thousands of dollars on these two helping them. Then they're on the streets. Then this woman, Chynna took them in. And these two, into her grandmother's house. These two disrespected her. And she even said that the room they were staying in, they had even shit on the floor. They are disgusting, okay? They're dirty, they're disgusting. So they're back out there. Then this other girl takes them in. Somebody that this Chynna doll knows. And whatever happened, something happened there. They always get thrown out of wherever they go to live. Something happened there. And Felicity broke two of this woman's televisions before she went out, before she left there. So now they're living back with Chynna doll again, who claims that she's in the process of fixing up this 5-bedroom home for them to live in. Free of charge, and you're just going to give a 5-bedroom home away. Okay, yeah, whatever. But here's where I'm going with the story. This Chynna doll is doing these two no favors. I believe she is using them for clicks and views and money. I looked at her page. When the first time she was making content with them, excellent views. Got rid of them, her views dropped to, 100,000, 200,000. And now that they're back and she's making content with them, she has some 20 million, 15 million. Anything she puts with them is hitting over a million. It's going viral. So she's got to be using them, because you can't tell me. If I had someone in my house and they're pooping on my floor, I'm not going to take that chance and let them come back. And I almost think she's exploiting them, because this content, there's no way she can care about these two, because she's not doing them any favors, especially Felicity. Felicity is so immature, and it's clear to see that she has maybe some developmental issues and whatever. Supposedly in one of the videos, she was willing to go to her therapy and take her medication for her bipolar disorder. But I mentioned, she had broke these TVs, two of these girls' TVs, after the other girl put them out of the house, right? And Chynna doll goes, and Felicity's saying, "Oh, it was my anger, I can't control my anger." And it's clear to see she has an anger problem. And Felicity cannot use an inside voice. This girl screams about everything. And Dakota is supposed to be her man. But she's forever picking him up like a baby. She's making him lay on her chest when they're in the bed. And she treats him like a kid, picking him up. And she's always screaming at him. But Chynna just coddles Felicity to no end. And she's, like I keep saying, she's not doing them any favors. These two need to be living in like some kind of an assisted living facility, someone that will watch over them and teach them life skills. They both need to be taught life skills. I mean, Dakota's constantly breaking his glasses. They can't hold on to a phone. They break it within a few days. And I'm quite certain they broke their phone again, because neither one of them have made a TikTok in days now. It's Chynna doll. And I mean, she's making videos like the one we see where they're in the grocery store, right? And Felicity, we've seen two like this. Felicity and Dakota are both in motorized carts in the store. Now, Dakota, like I said, he's a little person, so it may be harder for him to walk. Okay. But Felicity don't have no reason to be in this motorized cart, and they're like trying to play bumper cars in them. Now, what if someone else comes to the store and immature Felicity's got the motorized cart, and maybe an elderly or a truly handicapped person, there isn't one for them? And Chynna defends us by saying, it was late at night. It doesn't matter. And we see they're always, like Felicity will take her shoes off and she's hitting Dakota. And the one where they're reunited, apparently after one of their many breakups, because they broke up so many times because Felicity goes and cheats on him. And she's, I effing love you, Dakota, just screaming at him, and it's ridiculous. She's hitting him with a shoe. And then Felicity had even put out, this is how developmentally slow Felicity is. She was putting out TikToks with her bestie, and her bestie is 10 years old. But it turned out that's the daughter of the other girl that they were staying with. So, and then we have some swimming videos lately. They go to the pool, okay? And Felicity puts some floaties on her feet or something, and she gets out of the pool, and she's screaming at Dakota. And then she runs and jumps in the pool, and she yells, and she's yelling, F you! And the lifeguard has to say, language. I mean, she's in an area surrounded by all these children, and she's cursing like that at the top of her lungs. And then she goes off at the pool in another video where she tried to hug Dakota, and Dakota freaked out. Probably because he was dry on the side, not swimming. Felicity was the only one swimming. I didn't understand it. But this last video here is the kicker. Felicity says, can we go somewhere today? I'm bored. It's kind of like, Mom, but Chynna's not your mother. But anyways, they end up going to the Dollar General, I guess. They're in Dollar General. Chynna let Dakota go in Dollar Tree with this white, filthy t-shirt on, filthy, dirty, and it's hanging to his knees. It's like 10 sizes too big. Okay, not 10, but I'm exaggerating. You get what I'm saying. Why would you let that man go in the store looking filthy like that? I don't get it. And Felicity, she wears the same clothes constantly and looks constantly dirty. Anyways, here comes Dakota. He's holding 2 bottles of baby oil, right? And Felicity gives, here, take another one. Yelling in Dollar Tree, because, like I said, she can't use an inside voice. And here's Chynna just thinking, oh, this is a great idea just to record this. And Felicity, say it, Dakota, say it. Dakota screams out loud, yells, in the Dollar Tree store, yells, who wants to have a ditty party? And this is funny? And they all think that this is funny. And then Chynna's, put it away. So Dakota chucks the 3 bottles of baby oil into this other box where they don't belong. And apparently one of the employees comes by and says, are we misbehaving? Because Dakota throws his hands in the air like he's arrested. And Chynna says, terribly. Well, Chynna, you are the one encouraging this behavior for views. And the comments were tearing Chynna up. You think this is funny? Diddy, he harmed all these women, and y'all are making a joke of this? And he's in the store looking like this. She's exploiting these 2 for money. It's clear to see they need help. Like I said, they can't even live on their own. And then she had taken them to the carnival one day. And then that same day they went to the carnival, the same day the carnival video was posted, Dakota is on FB posting his Cash App saying they're hungry. So now he's trying to scam for money because they're living with Chynna, so reasoning would say she's probably feeding them, and they get EBT. I don't know. But have you been following this train wreck of these 2? Did you think it was funny, the whole Dollar Tree incident? What do you think about Chynna? Like I said, I think she's exploiting these 2 for money. There's no way. She's not doing them any favors by encouraging this behavior. And why does Dakota stay with Felicity? Somebody that's constantly screaming, picking him up like a baby? Come on. He's a grown man. Let me know your thoughts on these 2.